tofu, corn, quinoa, lentils, beans and soya, all staples of a vegetarian diet, something that's proving more popular than ever here in the UK. A third of the population are now reducing their meat consumption or avoiding it altogether.
First it was the texture, and then it began to be the taste, and eventually I just solely stopped eating it altogether. Having a plant-based diet is much more beneficial for your body, and as a vegetarian you start realising what is better for you and the amount of processing meat goes through, and then you start looking at the industry and how the animals are treated, and eventually you realise that your lifestyle is not only more eco-friendly but better for your body as well. I feel better in myself, I have much more confidence. You don't always look good on the outside, but you feel good on the inside.
My body is like a temple now. That's why I'm wearing a tilak. So like a temple, you do not take meat there because it's a religious place. So this body itself is a temple, so you do not want to contaminate it. In chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita, it says that whatever you eat, you offer unto me. So whatever we eat, we offer to Krishna before we eat. He says that I only accept grains and fruits and vegetables and milk. So he's given us an indication that he do not want to eat meat.
Overconsumption of red and processed meat has been linked to an increased risk of cancer. The Department of Health Guidelines for Adults recommends anyone eating more than 90 grams of red or processed meat a day should reduce this to 70 grams a day. But what does this mean? An English breakfast containing 2 standard British sausages and 2 rashers of bacon contains 130 grams. But what can this really do to our bodies?
Especially red meat, the body finds hard to process and break down. It's one of the last things that the body will be breaking down. All of your energy will be taken to your stomach to digest that red meat. It will be staying in your system and working its way out of your system, possibly not as digested as it can be. If we're eating too much red meat, we're eating an awful lot of fat.
Vegetarianism isn't recognised as the most appetising of diets. Swapping a meaty spaghetti bolognese for a vegetable quinoa salad is unimaginable for some. So what will happen when cutting out this vital source of iron and protein?
Not necessarily that meat is bad for the skin, but vegetables are much better for the skin because of the antioxidant properties and the free radicals that they mop up because of the antioxidants. And free radicals can damage skin.
Gives you a lot more positiveness. I know that when you used to eat meat, you used to feel full and you used to feel that my stomach is bloated, and that kind of feeling is gone. And I'm always hungry. I would not deny the fact. But from that point of view, I feel very positive, and I feel that there's a feeling of guilt inside you that is gone. So now I know that whatever I do is good and is right. I'm on the right path.
And you don't miss it?
I don't know. I regret those years.
Really?
I was in Krishna consciousness, and I've made all those mistakes, and I just pray to the Lord that please forgive me for all that.
My hair's a lot stronger, doesn't fall out as much, so I've got lovely long locks now. I used to go out into the cold and think that my ribs were going to shatter because it was that cold, because I had no immunity to that. I haven't been sick this last year as well, just through eating well and eating, like I said, a plant-based lifestyle. But yeah, and I feel better in myself. I have a lot more energy. I have a greater outlook at life. I don't feel sluggish. I don't feel, closed up anymore. You want to see the world, you want to get out, you want to go running. If you feed yourself right and look after your body, nourish, not punish at the end of the day. Every time you eat, you're either fueling your body or causing it disease.
Whether for health, religion or the environment, the absence of meat isn't quite enough for some. Veganism is also growing in popularity. That means as well as no meat or fish, vegans also avoid dairy, eggs or any products that have been derived from animals.
So we just chop up like a small half onion. Because I'm only doing one breakfast, I won't do the whole onion, that'll probably be enough.
I'd always looked at it as dead animals, not as food. So for me, it was like bizarre and blew my mind that people ate dead animals. Like, I'm perfectly healthy and I've never ever ate it. So clearly I'm living proof that you don't need it. Like, I remember when I was in year 2 or something, and me and my mum were in the shop and I picked up this thing and was like, "Mum, what's this?" And she was like, "Oh no, it's a dead turkey, put it down." And I was like, "Ah!" and launched it down the aisle because I was like, "What?" Oh my God, it blew my mind. And I was this little child, why is there dead turkeys in the freezer? And when you actually think about it like that, it is really weird. We've got supermarkets full of dead animals. Why? That's not food.
The increase of people adopting a vegetarian diet and cutting out the meat is to the distress of local butchers and farmers who rely on meat consumption for their livelihood.
So it goes beyond more than just buying a lamb chop, a steak or a pork chop, doesn't it? It actually goes that that's a way of life, and them guys look after all that beautiful countryside that we perhaps drive through and take for granted. They therefore need a living from it, and that's from the animals. I've a relationship with both my farmers. I can go over there, I can see the animals, I can tell you what animals you're having next week just by going up there, going to the farm.
Animals are always off the menu for this restaurant in the East Midlands, home to an award-winning vegetarian breakfast. And today, an unlikely customer has come to visit.
Your taste buds actually change when you cut certain things out of your diet. I've never ate meat, so I've not got the comparison of our pretend meat to real meat. So it's hard for me to say. When people ask me what's it like, I just say, well, the bacon tastes a bit like Rasher's crisps. The way that breakfast tastes to me will taste different to how it will taste to Johnny, because we have different taste buds. And if he stopped eating meat and dairy, then his taste buds would change too.
Well, it's a very tasty looking dish, I've got to say. It looks something like bacon here.
Yeah, bacon egg.
Right then, this is going to be interesting. Going to make a bacon sandwich, haven't we? Everything here is what you'd have on a normal English breakfast, and everything's tasty. I'd obviously like proper bacon and sausage, but that's me. I would endorse your food anytime. Okay. No, that's wonderful. Thank you very much.
Vegetarianism is a long way from being a conventional lifestyle, but with health an increasing concern, it's clear as a diet it's become accepted and less unordinary to follow.
Whether people say, what's one person going to do or not, you are making a difference. So I want to make a difference.